Great. Is everybody muted? Yes, perfect. All right. Good morning, everyone. Time for meditation through the seasons. Oops, I'm a little wonky here. And as you know, we're in the winter water element. We are working with our bladder and kidney energies in the body. I'm still tweaking this. Sorry, everyone. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, good. So let's begin by tapping into the fluidity and our water quality with a nice easy twist. Shifting the weight, lifting the opposite heel so there's no torquing through the knees, and just let the arms dangle and flow. Let the breath be free. And as you're doing this twist, notice if there's any rigidity, not only in your body, but in your mind. Is there a thought that just keeps coming over and over again that's blocking out anything else? See if you can't let it flow. Flow away, flow into another spot so you can pick it up later. But have some ease in the breath, in the body, and in the mind. Clearing so that you can be totally present here in this moment. Excuse me, I've got to let somebody else in. Keep that going. Diana's coming. Great. And gently release, come to stillness for a moment and feel the increased circulation of the breath, the blood, the lymph, and of course our chi, our life force energy. Let's try that twist one more time, but this time with a deliberate swing of the arm. So when you swing around, tap the kidney area lightly. And if the arm does not reach the whole way back, you can tap the low back or the hip. But see if you can't get into that twist again, but have a conscious choice to tap the kidney area. It's a light tap, but it's just an indication, a little wake up for some kidney energy awareness. The front arm can just dangle again and tap the body lightly in the front. But now as we do this twist the second time, is it a little easier? Can you get into a rhythm or flow? Are the shoulders able to relax more now? Are the feet and ankles working in automatic mode? And again, slowly slow down the movement, come to stillness, and feel the increased prana, increased chi or energy in the body, along with our blood circulation, our lymph circulation, all of those wonderful liquid qualities of us. Good. Let's go into a beautiful breath exercise. So wherever you are, have a comfortable distance between your feet and give yourself an opportunity to soften the knees slightly. We're going to inhale with soft fists up to the side of the body. And on the exhale, we're going to gently press forward, pushing the fog, and release. Inhale up, exhale, forward, and down. Inhale up, exhale. Keep it going, a few more breaths on your own timing. You might notice the breath is slowing and deepening. You might notice that the inhale is longer than the exhale or vice versa. No worries, just notice. And then next time you take that exhale, just release the arms down by your sides. And again, go inward for a moment and feel the increased circulation. Even in stillness, there is movement. There is awareness of fluidity in the body. With each breath, each heartbeat, we feel the movement of our circulations, liquid circulations. Great. And gently come on back, shake it out. Good. Let's take a few shoulder rolls here as we continue to warm up the body. Bend and straighten the elbows. And have the elbows bent, fingertips on the shoulders. If you need to sit, go right ahead, but bring the elbows forward and then squeeze the shoulder blades in the back. And bring the elbows forward, bring the elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades. Bring them as far back as you can. Once more, forward and back. Good, and shake it out. Have a wide stance. Again, a little bend in the knees, hands on the hips, and gently tip side to side. Again, here you can do this seated, or if you need to, holding on to the side or the back of the chair, whatever works for you. But give yourself an opportunity to begin to feel the sides of the body in the side bend. We did the twist to open, but now we're doing some side bend. Good. And come on back up. Nice. Let's take our bodies around in a circle. So side, forward, side, back. And notice as you're doing this circling with the upper body, your lower body, your hips and knees and ankles and feet are accommodating. Circling the other way with your body. But again, notice what's going on with those hips and ankles and knees and feet. Good. Come on up. Shake out. Let's get specific now for the hips. So hands on the hips again. And let's bring the hips side to side. Again, noticing the sides of the body. And now take your hips around in a circle. Again, notice how the upper body accommodates the lower body. The hips circle one way, that body goes the other way. There's our connection, circle the other direction. There's our connection through the entire body as one whole. Good. And rest. Bring your feet close together, even touching if you can. Hands with bent knees, hands above the knees, and take your knees around in a little circle. Here you're even more specifically focusing on the lower body. So here you're even maybe feeling where the weight is on the sole of the feet. More on the outer aspect, inner aspect, front, back. Good. Circle the other way if you haven't changed directions. But no pressure on the knees. Hands are above the knees on the thighs. And gently release. Good. Shake it out. And now, stimulating kidney 1. And here you might want to hold on to the back of your chair. Go ahead and lift one heel. So my weight is on one foot, but then the toe and the ball of the foot of the other light leg, if you will, is there, making contact with the floor. And now I'm circling my knee and ankle around. Again, my upper body can just flow with it and go the other way. So I'm really pressing into the ball of my foot, spreading my toes, working the ankle and foot. Great. And now the other side, same deal. Lifting the heel and circling. Again, notice how the flow continues up the body. You can do it very rigidly, and you can also do it with flow and let the rest of the body accommodate. That's what I'm asking you to play with. Again, you could do it with just working the one part, or you can let the whole body respond. That's very much a water quality. Go ahead and make sure you circle both directions. I've forgotten where I am. Good, and rest. Nice. Have a seat. Let's do a little bit for the head and neck. because as you know in our Qigong work, the eyes often are part of the postures we're doing or the flows we're doing. So gently tip ear to shoulder, one side and then the other. Good. Now stay over to one side, relax those shoulders. Once you're really settled, add a little nod, yes. So the chin comes up and the chin comes down slightly. Gently release, come back to center, make sure your eyes are clear. Again, if you're dizzy, do your quick little marches in place. Tip your head to the other side. Relax those shoulders. Once you're really settled here, again, tip the head forward and back, a little nod of the head. And gently release. Come on back up. Again, if you're dizzy, plant those feet. Get some energy down. All right, let's go into now our bladder Qigong exercise. We're going to do it seated and then we're going to do it standing. So make sure you have some space. So come toward the front of your chair, a little space behind you. Great. So we're going to be taking the arms back and around. I got to change my spot. Back and around, all the way up. Good. So just practice that for a moment. Feel the shoulders as you go. Now, just the shoulders right now. Good. Now, this next time, see if you can't add a little bit more of the body. So you're opening the chest, looking up as the arms come up and over. Good. If there's a problem or a project going on in one of your shoulders, this can be done with just one side if you would like. But if you can, try both sides, accommodating as best you can. But see if you can't use a little bit more flow in through the spine. So here we go. Let's take it back and down, a little arch, and now come into a forward fold so your whole body comes forward. Bring your hands to the back of the ankles and trace up the back of the thighs, back of the knees, the back of the shins, back of the knees, back of the thighs, back of the hips, and a little tap at the kidneys. Trace back down exactly the way you came. And now come to the inside of the ankles, trace the inner aspect of the legs, and pause at the hips. Again, a little arch, opening the front of the body, arms circle up overhead all the way over and down. Back of the legs come up, and a tap at the kidneys. Trace back down. We're tracing the bladder meridian or bladder lines. Come to the inner aspect. This is the kidney energy line. And hold or pause here at the hips. Let's try it standing. You can always stay seated and do just what we did, or come to standing. So now we're going to have more movement, more ripple through the body. Okay? So we're going to get our knees into it a little bit more too. Let's give it a try. Bend the knees. Press the hips forward as the arms go back. Reach up and over. Forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Touch the back of the legs. Trace up the back of the legs. Back of the hips. Tap at the kidney area. Trace back down, going into this beautiful forward fold. Then bring the hands to the inner aspect of the legs, tracing up, and pause at the hips, right where the crease is at the hip line. Again, bend the knees, press the hips forward, arms go back, hips come forward, reach up and over, forward fold. Hands come to the back of the legs, trace up the back of the legs. Tap the kidneys. Down the back of the legs, just the way you came. Switch the hands to the inner aspect of the legs. Pause at the hips. And shake it out. Take a moment to feel that beautiful exercise. Take it in. Soak it in. Alrighty. moving on to our 12-step Qigong exercise system. We've done the first 5, and we've repeated the first 5 for many months. It's time to move on to the 6th one. And let me make sure I have the name correct when I say it. Its title for our 6th phrase is Rhinoceros Gazes at the Moon. So, let's practice how this is going to work. Let's do the lower body first because it's actually the same of some of our other phrases. You can put your hands on your hips. We're going to have our feet as close together as possible with a slight bend in the knees, our wuji, our beginning soft stance. We're going to step out to the left. So peel the foot off the floor. Step to the left and place as much weight on it as you can. So about 90% and 10%. Then we're going to lift the light leg, that heel lifts up, and we're going to pivot on the ball of the foot and then press that foot down. As we come back, we're going to lift the heel and pivot back, shift the weight, and step it back in. Now to the right. Step out to the right. Put weight on that bent leg. Lift the heel and pivot. Press that heel down. Good. Come up with the heel and pivot back. Shift your weight and bring it back in. So the lower body is exactly the same as when we do the bow action. Ji Chang shoots a bow. Shoots a louse, excuse me, that's the title of it. So the lower body is the same. The upper body is quite lovely. So let's practice the upper body. So get comfortable with your feet for a moment. We're going to start by drawing soft fists up to the sides of the ribs. Then we're going to press our hands down, making a connection between the palms and the earth. From there, we're going to create a moon. So both hands come up as we turn to the left, and we look up as we gaze up at the moon. Then we turn our palms up as the arms come back. It's almost like an offering of the moon. And then we turn the palms to the earth to release. Let's go to the other side. So you notice that the twist right now is happening from the waist. But once we get that turn in the body, the whole body will be the turn. But let's just get the arms. Drawing the soft fist up to the sides and press down, connecting to the earth. Keep the palms out as you gently turn and gaze up at the moon to the right side. Come down with the arms, but turn your palms up as though you're bringing that beautiful moon with you. And then release. Let's put the lower body and upper body together. So bringing those feet as close together as you can. A soft knee, soft stance. So shift the weight. And as the arms come up, the leg comes up. And then when you come and put your weight on the bent knee, you press the arms down to the earth. Here comes the pivot. Lift the heel. Pivot as the arms come up to gaze at the moon. You're pivoting and looking up. Press the back heel down. And then lift the heel as the palms face up, carrying the moonlight with you or carrying the moon with you. Shift the weight, and as you step it in, release the arms down by your sides. Let's go to the right. Soft fists draw up the sides of the body. Step it out and press down as you bend into that one leg. Keep those palms ready. Lift the heel, pivot, gaze at the moon, looking up through those hands. Beautiful. And coming back down, carrying that moon with you, palms up, shifting your weight, palms down as you step it in to release. One hand on the low dantian and then the other hand on top. Take it in for a moment. Rhinoceros gazes at the moon is that one. A sensitive horn. There's very thin little lines through the horn that goes right to the brain of the rhinoceros. It's a very sensitive horn. Turning the body improves, of course, the function of our kidneys. So are you ready? Let's try all 5. And if you're new to the class or you haven't been for a while, you can sit and do just the upper body, or you can dance with us. All right, here we go. Let me see. Beginning of heaven's creation is our first one. So standing with your feet close together, one hand on your low dantian and then the other hand on top. Soft knees, relaxed shoulders. Tuning into your breath right now. Gently release the hands down by your sides, palms facing back. And step out to the left. Arms raised, eyes looking to the left. Eyes forward, arms forward, and bend. Eyes and arms lift to the right. Shift it back in. And close. Now to the right. Step to the right. Arms circle up. Forward. And down. Eyes to the left as the arms take the second circle. Bring it in and down. Double fish. Palms up, a little turn to the left. Preparation, left hand underneath, right fingertips on the wrist. Step out on the left. Cast the fishing net. Circle back, weights on the back foot, double fish right here in front of the heart. Press heaven and earth, looking to the left. And then look right as the right arm slowly comes down. To the other side, a little turn, palms up. Preparation, left hand underneath, right fingertips. And cast the fishing net. Shift the weight back, double fish. Thumbs up. And press heaven and earth, looking to the right. Look to the left as the arm comes down. And release. Old horse stable is our third phrase. Step out, bring the pinkies together, soft fist under the chin. Fingertips rise to the sky, turning the hands, make pincers. So index and thumb touch. Bend the knees deeply, straight elbows, push back, and look to the left. Stay low. Back of the hands together. Knuckles, knuckles, poof, rise. Shift your weight and step it back in. To the right side. Step it out and pinkies together. Soft fist under the chin. Fingertips point skyward. Turn the hands, make pincers. Keep the elbows straight, look to the right as the arms come right back as you bend deeply through the knees. Stay low as the hands come back of the hands touch. Knuckles, knuckles, poof. Shift and bring it in. Ji Chang shoots a louse. Draw up the sides of the body. Press forward as you bend into that straight leg, or that bent leg. Lift the heel. Soft fist as you pull the bow, looking and twisting to the left. Draw that bow back, press the heel down. Release the fingers and smooth out the sheets, gliding across the horizon. Step it in and release. To the other side. Soft fists come up the sides of the body. Press forward. Soft fists again. Lift the heel and draw the bow to the right side. Left elbow pulls back. Release. Flatten out those sheets as you smooth, come back. Bending the body to brush the shoes. Soft fists come up the sides of the body again. The left hand points down. Watch as you twist and watch the hand circle behind you, up overhead, and across the body. Press down, making a connection with the earth and your palm. Trace the outer aspect of that leg. Brush the shoes. Fingertips point forward and back. Soft fist, trace the outside of this leg all the way back up. Other side. Right hand comes down. Trace it back, let the body twist. Easy. Come up overhead. Cross to the opposite shoulder. Press and make contact with the earth as you trace the outside of the left leg. Brush the shoes. Fingertips point forward, fingertips point back, and soft fist draws back up. Release. Our sixth phrase, rhinoceros gazes at the moon. Soft fists come up. As we step out, press down. From there, keep the palms circling up as we pivot, lifting that heel, pivot, gaze at the moon to the left, looking up. And now, palms up as you come forward, holding the moon, turning, and release. Let's go to the other side. Sorry, I got to get this out of the way. To the right, draw the soft fist up, step it out, and press down. Lift the heel and gaze at the moon. Rounded arms here, gazing up at the moon. Actually, your arms are making a moon shape. Palms up, carry that moon as you untwist. Step it in as the hands come down. Placing one hand on the low belly, then the other hand. Tune in to how you're feeling in this moment after doing the beautiful Qigong exercises, all 6 phrases of our 12-step program. And gently release. Great. Come and have a seat. Grab a chair and have a seat. It's time to sit in stillness for seated meditation. So get yourself comfortable, somewhere where you can have a lengthened spine and your feet are anchored and touching the floor. Close your eyes or have a soft downward gaze and give yourself these next few moments in stillness with this inward focus a chance to refresh and recoup and renew. Remain with this inward focus for the next few moments. And I'd like to share again a little bit about our Doyen 12-step exercise program that's based on traditional Chinese medicine, health prevention. Each of the movements in our Qigong form are done symmetrically and harmoniously in all directions to balance the body in all ways. Front, back, right, left, upper, lower, in and out. But since we're in our water element, winter season, we're focusing on flow quite a lot. So here in our Qigong form, the focus is on moving Qi, or moving energy throughout the body. Our life force energy moves not only in our body, but around the body as we perform these beautiful movements. So again, check in with the flow inside you. Sensing the flow of the breath, or sensing the flow of the heart beating, the blood circulating, or maybe you're even tuning into our Qi, our energy moving in the body still. Slowly come back to the day. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch and yawn.